Finals of this year's Munster Hurling Championship on a very bright day in Semple Stadium. Barry Kelly from Westmeath is in charge, his linesmen James McGrath and Tony Carroll. It's Cork who won the toss and they've opted to play from right to left in the first half. There is a light breeze blowing down the field and it seems to have changed around direction somewhat, but earlier on for the intermediate game, which Cork won, it was blowing from left to right. So Waterford would seem to have the advantage right now. And the midfielders, as per expectation, Jimmy Barron in there with Kevin Moran. The referee gets the game underway, and straight away it's Cork who tried to apply some early pressure here. Prodded forward there, Bill Cooper. Onto it comes Aidan Walsh, trying to get it out to his left-hand side. Stopped at source, however, and in straight away came Barry Coughlin, the full-back for Waterford, in the thick of the action there. Little pile-up of bodies. Luca Farrell tries to get it away, and it's knocked away out over the sideline. Cork applying the early pressure here. One thing I suppose, Brendan, that they do not want to do is fall behind to Waterford, as happened in the league final.
No, they straightened up their half-forward line as well. Aidan Walsh has switched with Bill Cooper. Bill Cooper's now playing midfield.
This is Kevin Moran coming back to take this one. Trying to link up here with Maurice Shanahan. Cut it beautifully into that left hand. Down he went, fouled there by Cormac Murphy, and a free to Waterford. Well, this is too far out for Morris to take, so it's going to be lobbed downfield. But that was a wonderful catch.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the key battlegrounds, is between the two 65s really, and Morris will be happy, I suppose, as the free taker as well in Waterford to have gotten an early touch to the game.
Stephen Bennett, by the way, has gone way into the inside forward line as Austin Gleeson hits this one. It's going to drop into that square. Beats everybody, however. First attack for Waterford fails to produce anything. Austin Gleeson back on that half-back line. Such an effective player, such a good season so far. This is hit out of defence by Bill Cooper. Diagonally across over there, well beyond Alan Cadigan. Back there to try and collect Noel Connors. Leaving it there. Horgan's over there in number 15 for Cork. Outside towards Luca Farrell. Tries to link up with a colleague over there. Cadigan's available. And the ball finally hit in very well by Lehan.
Yeah, great score from Carl Lehan there, but it all came from a short puck out from Anthony Nash. When Jimmy Barry spoke earlier in the week about having learned from the last day, you can see now he's going to pick out and go short on the puck outs. Great score from Lehan.
Just 2 minutes gone then, and Cork steal into the lead. Once again, this is collected deep here by Mark Ellis, second championship season, laying it off here quickly as far as Stephen McDonnell. McDonnell still going forward, 13 metres out, 3 men after him. Down he went, and the referee said no foul, no free given, and out come Waterford. McDonnell has never scored in the championship, very nearly setting himself for a possible opener there. Back come Cork once again. They are full of determination. Bill Cooper laying it across here as far as Ellis once again, and Ellis scores his first ever championship score here. What a start this is. 2.5 minutes gone, Cork 2 to the good. Yeah,
Cork are playing with great freedom there. You can see Mark Ellis, he knows the Waterford are going to sit back, so he comes up and attacks and a super score.
I've an idea Waterford were expecting this. They knew they'd get a reaction. Out as far as Michael Brick Walsh, sent in dangerously here. Lovely control by Morris, and Maurice Shanahan hits it wide, second wide. Really good opportunity for him.
It is, you know, and Waterford will have needed that to settle him down a small bit, because Cork now hurling up the kind of storm that we all would expect at the start of the league final.
And now Morris has gone in as an out-and-out full forward, with Stephen Bennett withdrawn somewhat, as Cyril Farrell was pointing out a little earlier. Cork win that one. Conor Lehan across to the right-hand side. Bill Cooper very, very much in evidence in the action so far. Little hand pass back outside as far as Patrick Cronin. Down into the corner here. That's going to beat everybody, however. Not the best of balls in there for Alan Cadigan. Cadigan, who was forced off after about 10 minutes of the league final because of a hamstring problem that day. Waterford tuck it out smartly, but not to one of their colleagues, but it goes off the stick of Cormac Murphy. Lapse in concentration there. Line ball for Waterford. And once again, they're going to bring across Austin Gleeson to take this one. We've seen him put sidelines over the bar in the past, Brendan.
Yeah, it was a feature of the league final especially. He's hitting line balls further than most guys are able to puck it, so he's going to have to start this towards the left-hand post now and cut it in.
It's moving on its way, but it's drifting to the right. It's gone wide.
Yeah, just started it on the wrong post. A couple of wides there from Waterford. They'll be hoping to get a score now shortly to keep themselves settled into the game.
2 behind after 4 minutes. Nash pucking it out. Cronin is his target. 2 against Cronin. can't get to it eventually, however, and it's Michael Brick-Walsh who's playing deep as expected, dragged down there by Bill Cooper. The referee indicts Cork's 27-year-old from Youghal.
Yeah, Michael Brick-Walsh has made a living, I suppose, at this stage with the cuteness, you know, the head down. Bill Cooper knew he'd foul and put the arms out, but it was too late then. The free been given. The correct decision there, Barry Kelly.
And this has got to be taken by Maurice Shanahan. So this is his first opportunity then to try and put one over the bar. A light breeze blowing behind him down towards the town end, just checking it there with a little piece of grass, and now composing himself, visualizing where this is going to land. He hopes between the uprights, but he's put it away to the left-hand side. And straight away, Brendan, the pressure is going to be on Maurice because of the fact that he's not their regular point free taker.
He is, and Mark Ellis just reminded him there as well what it's like to miss frees and what it means. And our sharp puck out is off again now for Cork.
And it's MacDonald. Was way up in the corner forward position a moment or two ago. That's a poor ball by him. Gives it straight away to Gleeson. Where's number 6, but always seems to play at right half back. Out over this near sideline, the linesman down here, Tony Carroll, pointing in the direction of the Waterford goal. Jimmy Barry Murphy getting a little bit animated. A lot of pressure on the two managers, I feel, today. They certainly don't want to have a place in the qualifiers. That's the one place they do not want to be. And a place in the Munster final at stake. So much at stake. Line ball to Waterford.
But today Jimmy Barry will be an awful lot happier there. He's patrolling that sideline today. You know, he's in on the pitch there a second ago. He's got that intensity in his eyes, and it's reflecting his players' performance so far in the pitch there.
Normally a very laid-back kind of character, but he realises, and everybody does, the importance of this. It's Jimmy's 4th year in charge, second time around. Austin Gleeson cutting it off. It's a magnificent one down towards Maurice Shanahan, being marked by MacDonald. It runs back towards Cormac Murphy. Also Ellis is there trying to get that ball away, and eventually taken out here by Damien Cahalane. Out into the middle as far as Daniel Carney. His first touch. Breeze holding it up somewhat towards Cadigan. What a good catch by young Cadigan. Brilliant play by Alan Cadigan. Out here as far as Bill Cooper, about to be stopped there by Michael Brick-Walsh, also running into another challenge there. And the other challenge was coming from Kevin Moran, and in the end, holding on too long is the call, and it's a free to Waterford.
Yeah, Waterford have needed that there. Colin Dunford, Kevin Moran and Brick-Walsh there did very, very well to hold up Cooper and cause him to overcarry it. And this is an important free here now for Austin Gleeson taking it.
Well, Austin Gleeson is just 19 years of age, WIT student, and rated one of the best young prospects in the game at the moment, inside his own 65-metre line. Light breeze behind him to guide it and to encourage it over the bar, and he's got it right. And Waterford are off and get their first score.
Yeah, Waterford off and running there. A great score from Austin Gleeson. Young shoulders with a lot of pressure on him, and he's one of the leaders that will step up today. 7.5
minutes into the match. Again, they go short, Cork. This time out here as far as Damien Cahalane, who switches wings. Then there's poor marking because nobody picking up Bill Cooper. Aidan Walsh having a go here, trying to bring it in on that right-hand side, but it's not measured as he wanted to. Didn't get his angles right. Aidan Walsh with 6 points in his championship career so far. This is also his 6th championship match. Quick puck out here. Fumbled initially by Kevin Moran, but a chance to recover. He's been a great-hearted player this year so far, all seasons indeed. Waterford, remember, unbeaten. Daniel Carney trying to roll that up on his stick, succeeding on his own 45-metre line. In as far as Cronin has a player in support. Back in that Cork team, replacing Seamus Harnedy. Up into the corner where Luca Farrell had drifted out to right corner forward, loses the stick. Somehow managed to get it up and play a bit of football with it, but the accuracy isn't there. I don't think he'll be calling him into the Cork football team, and that's a robbery there. Horgan's in. Horgan's shot well stayed by Stephen O'Keefe. Comes bouncing back out again. Out to safety from Waterford point of view. Out towards Jamie Barron. Pressure applied by Cork, and an awful lot of pressure at that. And the referee has blown his whistle and signalled it's going to be a free in. Again, the Cork forward line have signalled their intent there. They're hassling the Waterford backs coming out with the ball. A good save there by Stephen O'Keefe. Batted away. Patrick Horgan disappointed. He mightn't have hit it as well as he'd have hoped. But the Waterford game plan is always based on the opposition are going to bomb the ball inside to the 21. Today, Cork are playing the ball through the lines, and the Waterford defence now are looking out the field at Aidan Walsh and Daniel Carney getting opportunities to shoot. Clearly, lessons have been learned from 5 weeks ago. Patrick Horgan then ready to take this one. Scorer of 29 points in 3 championship matches against Waterford so far. There's a need for a temporary substitution. And a blood sub is required. Kevin Moran going off. They'll want to get him back on very quickly. He's a crucially important part of their team. Horgan ready to try and put this one over the bar. And a perfect start for Cork. 3 points to 1 they lead.
That's an awful lot different today, Gerard. That's another notice from the league final. There was no Waterford player needed to go off as a blood sub, so you know, it just shows the level of physicality that Cork are bringing to the games. Now it's up to Waterford to match it.
Eddie Barrett is the one who's come on as a blood sub, played in the championship against Cork at this venue this time last year. I was lost in the air there by Cahalane and the Cork half back line. That's Shane O'Neill whipping on it, but won back by Waterford. And Waterford trying to mount an attack here with Jake Dillon. Back it goes here. De Bourka further back here, and in the end it's Jamie Barron striking, but striking it away to the right hand side, and another missed opportunity. Hasn't started well for Waterford.
No, it hasn't, and when they get possession around the middle of the field, there's only Maurice Shannon inside the edge of the square and being marked by 2, so they have to shoot from long range.
That's up towards Cronin once again, doesn't manage to hold it this time. This is Colin Dunford, such an influential player, very pacey as well. Down towards Maurice Shanahan, lays it off this time. Bennett! Stopped on the line somehow by the goalkeeper. Good chance there for Stephen Bennett. But well stopped, maybe at the second attempt by Anthony Nash, but he got it away. Really good goal chance for Waterford. Gleeson comes across here, takes it beautifully in his stride. From inside his own 65-metre line, has a go from that massive distance, and this time he puts it away to the left.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable save from Anthony Nash. You know, when the ball broke through, he found himself one-on-one with Stephen Bennett, who fired the ball low to the corner, but you can see him getting down low, and great awareness then after that to pick the ball up and clear it out to a colleague. Not
an easy one to save, I would imagine, Brendan. Back is Kevin Moran. Here he is in the thick of the action, having recovered from the injury. He's getting away from Bill Cooper. Callahan's after him, can't catch him, and poorly hit in the end. And that's Kevin Moran putting that one wide, and that is a 7th wide already for Waterford, and we've only played, look, under 12 minutes.
Yeah, certainly a big test. Now Derek McGrath will want somebody to steady up in possession and play the ball through the lines.
Over towards Lehan this time. His battle over there with Philip Mahoney. Jake Dillon now trying to lay it off here to a support player. In came Cronin to stop him, however. Then it's Murphy, the player is playing in his debut match in the championship at left half back for Cork. Runs away as far as Jake Dillon again, diagonally across this time. One for Morris to try and go after. Maurice Shanahan getting there ahead of Stephen MacDonald, but out over the sideline it's come, and it's going to be a Cork ball. Disappointment then for Maurice Shanahan. He has a knee injury sustained in a club match, damaged playing for Lismore against Cappoquin not too long ago. So maybe not 100% by any means. Barry Coughlin, meanwhile, the young Ballygunner player, linking up here with Tig de Bourka. Looks over his shoulder, about to be hooped that time. In came Luca Farrell. De Bourka goes once again. Hand passes it forward, looking for an opportunity to try and set something up here with Stephen Bennett and also with Brian O'Halloran involved. And another pile-up of bodies here, and the referee does allow it to develop for just a moment, and then it comes to naught. So Barry Kelly's going to throw the ball in, looking for 2 volunteers. And one of them was Lehan, the other was Philip Mahoney. Waterford get it away. Michael Brick-Walsh back towards Mahoney. Mahoney down to a 2-man inside forward line there. And that 2-man inside forward line consisting of Maurice Shanahan and also Colin Dunford. Back it comes once again, this time to Alan Cadigan. Steals a march here on Shane Fives. Fives tries to get to him a second time. Back to Patrick Cronin, 45 metres out. They're firing them in from all angles. They're scoring from all angles. And Cork lead this semi-final by 4 points to 1.
Yeah, great score there from Pat Cronin again. All starting Anthony Nash hitting a lovely ball up to Alan Cadigan, who's out in front of his man. Again, that little bit of composure that Waterford are lacking. Just hold on to the ball, that extra second, paid it off the par and slapped it over the bar.
Waterford need a response very, very quickly, and they need to get themselves into this match. They're being out-hurled by Cork. It's a bit like the replay last year. That puck out straight to Aidan Walsh, and Aidan Walsh can't finish as he wanted to. Well, we can all remember this time last year when Cork really should have been beaten the opening day, but for maybe Bill Cooper's goal, which set Cork up to get a draw, and in the replay they well and truly beat Waterford And this is that feelable replay that I mentioned earlier on. Waterford have plenty of time, plenty of opportunities, and they've got Brian O'Halloran now soloing forward here past Brian Murphy. Inside it comes, and that's going to be a free. 20 metres out. Good play there by Michael Brick-Walsh, giving the leadership that they require, showing the commitment as well.
He did. When Brick broke through there, he knew the tackle was coming, just leaned in and waited for it, and he got the push down his back, you know. And I think Maurice Shanahan, while he might stand back a bit, I say tap this over the bar, but Maurice's confidence, if anything else, will just, he'd be delighted to get an opportunity like this.
And without playing all that terribly well, they'll be just 2 points behind and only a quarter of an hour gone. Loads and loads of time to go in this Munster semi-final. Is he thinking of a goal? No, a point will do. No need for a goal at this stage. First of the afternoon for Maurice Shanahan to take that one and put it over the bar, and that'll do his confidence some good. This is the run again by Brick-Walsh.
Yeah, Brick-Walsh just saw Damien Cahalane coming over his shoulder, just stood for a second, and Damien's momentum carried him into him.
Puck out's been taken quickly, and Bill Cooper's been getting on a pile of ball, the CIT student. Good vision to pick out another player from CIT, Aidan Walsh. Back in as far as Mark Ellis. Ellis down along the line once again. They're all at college, or have been. Back in as far as Cronin. Over his left shoulder and over the bar. He's made a very telling contribution on his recall to the Cork starting 15, and Cork lead by 5 points to 2.
He has, and it's a feature of Cork's play here. They're playing the ball around, they're not having any rush shots, and they're finding their men, and Pat Cronin there again with a very good score.
Stephen O'Keefe's puck out, down towards Bennett. Couldn't get to it, however. Comes out here towards Shane O'Neill, laying it off into the middle as far as Daniel Carney. Into space, but there's nobody there for it. Line ball to Waterford.
Again, another change there from the last day is when Cork played Waterford in the league final, they had 2 players, defenders, inside their own full back line. Today they've decided to go man on man inside and leave the extra player out around the middle, and Waterford struggling to cope at the moment and get a foothold around the 265s because of it.
Well, there we've got Derek McGrath there just a moment to go with selectors Fintan O'Connor, and of course Dan Shanahan there as well. That's cut out very smartly. Well away by Mark Ellis, up as far as Cronin once again, and really Cronin is having the run of things in the middle of the park at the moment, and Jamie Barron hasn't really come to terms with that. Barron having had an outstanding opening to this year. Pressure again on Ellis, gathers it in well, looks a commanding figure, looks up, looking for Daniel Carney, but couldn't quite reach him initially, but Carney had to battle for it and won it. And they're showing that kind of determination today, and that's Brian Murphy getting it out, as far as Damien Cahalane, as far as Aidan Walsh, and they're going through the lines, as Brendan Cummins was saying, hitting the shots. That one going to the left.
Yeah, that's Aidan Walsh's third wide. He's the only one really when he gets possession there that's not using his inside line. There's plenty of room in front of Alan Cadigan. He just tapped the hurley there as well on himself to say, look, I shouldn't be doing that, but that should be the last wide from Aidan Walsh from out there. Silly use of play.
Well, Walsh is doing very well in terms of winning ball for Cork in the middle of the park. Maybe his finishing has been letting him down. It's going to be a line ball now, and once again Dan Shanahan trying to influence the linesman's mind there, but it is going to be a throw ball, I think, eventually. Michael Brick-Walsh robbed of that by Daniel Carney. Carney lively as ever, darting around the middle of the park, hits it rather aimlessly, and across comes Austin Gleeson, a commanding figure, and again driving it into the left-hand side, and he's done that 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah, the ball should be put in front of Maurice Shannon. He's side there on Stephen MacDonald on his own with loads of space around him.
Good puck out by the goalkeeper to Mark Ellis, and Mark Ellis then doing something similar. 2 number 6s guilty of giving the ball away in the last couple of moments.
Yeah, there's a reason why they play in the backs.
There speaks a goalkeeper who's had years of standing behind those 6. Brick-Walsh does well, cleverly rolling it up here against Cahalane, getting it back to Austin Gleeson. Damien Cahalane has the job of looking after Michael Brick-Walsh this afternoon. That's well taken down, brilliantly done by Cormac Murphy. Out here as far as Bill Cooper. And moving across the line there was Alan Cadigan. Tracking him was Barry Coughlin, and deemed to have gone off the Cork man, so it'll be a line ball to Waterford once again, who trail by 5 points to 2. Cork, having started out the opening quarter of an hour of this match as if they really and truly meant business to atone for what happened here 5 weeks ago. Coming up tonight, of course, lots of action on the Sunday game, 9:30, RTE2. Gleeson cutting it up, diagonally across over there, runs on, and Stephen Bennett's able to take it in a stride, blocked down by Brian Murphy. Well, he's a wonderful man marker. He may have been out of the game for over a year at senior level, but Brian Murphy is one of those quality players. Cork have been fortunate enough to have him back, and that shoulder there has resulted in an injury. Cormac Murphy is the injured player. He's certainly felt that, and the referee has the notebook out.
Yeah, in fairness to Kevin Moore, and he thought that Cormac Murphy was going to turn the shoulder. Here's the block down again there from Brian Murphy. 21 months out of the game, you never think of the way he tracked his man across, you know. Ability like that, it just never leaves you.
Yellow card for Kevin Moran for that. And that's Cormac Murphy being attended to there by the physio, who is Declan O'Sullivan. And the other physio is Conor McCarthy for Waterford, and he's attending to Kevin Moran. Yeah,
he just clashed knees there with Cormac as he was coming in on the tackle. Cormac's left leg came up, and it's a sore one, all right, but one that he'll be able to run off.
Anthony Nash to hit this one outside his own 20-metre line when he took it. Should be the Waterford man's ball because he's coming to meet it first ahead of Patrick Cronin. Eventually they do manage to get that under control. Michael Brick-Walsh firing it down towards Maurice Shanahan, but a couple of players competing for that ball with him. They sandwiched him, and Waterford lose possession, and Cork get it away. Daniel Carney once again shooting, hitting it directly and putting it over the bar. His first of the day, his 13th ever in Championship hurling, and Cork now lead the match by 6 points to 2.
Again, it's clever use of the ball, you know. When Pat Cronin gets it, he puts it inside to Daniel Carney. Daniel Carney was down in his own corner back position just a minute ago, so it just shows the level of work rate Cork have today's game.
And that work rate was well illustrated there, Brendan, with the sheer determination to win that. A couple of players denying Maurice Shanahan. And once again over here, it's Conor Lehan, point scorer already. James McGrath, the linesman from Westmeath, signalling it's going to be a Cork ball. Lehan ready to take it. Possession stats so far, 61% to 39. Cork dominating. Under pressure again here is cornerback Noel Connors. One of the most reliable, beautifully taken up there by Tadhg de Bourke. Couldn't quite get away, fouled. Free to Waterford. And the goalkeeper is going to come out and take this. Tadhg de Bourke, incidentally, plays his hurling in Cork with the UCC, and he's on that same half back line of the Fitzgibbon team as Cormac Murphy, the number 7 of Cork, so they know one another pretty well. Derek McGrath won't be too pleased with the way things have gone so far, but only 4 behind. Stephen O'Keefe dropped down dangerously here, broken down initially by Maurice Shanahan. Onto it comes Michael Brick-Walsh. MacDonald went after him, lovely ball through. That hand pass delivered in there towards Bennett, but reading it and anticipating was Damien Cahalan. And that eagerness to work hard for the team this afternoon, that collective ethic, that work ethic is in evidence by Cork, which wasn't there 5 weeks ago. Noel Connors dominated the opening half of that match in the league final. Gives it into the Bourke, about to be challenged, almost wrestled by Aidan Walsh. They get it out and go through the lines themselves now. It's Dunford. He's a man with great pace, going past 3, 4, 5 of them. Dunford, still Dunford. And in the end, was he fouled inside? The referee is going to his umpires to have a look at this one. I think it might just have been inside. Let's just see what the referee decides.
I think he's looking at giving the 21-yard free. But again, it just shows once you move the balls through the lines with the way both teams have set up, you can see Colin Dunford racing down the middle, Austin Gleeson like in last year's championship, but then Waterford Cork closed down the ranks then, and Brian Murphy came across and just took him down.
So no penalty awarded. It's going to be a 20-metre free, and this one is going to be taken once again by Maurice Shanahan. It's a yellow card there issued to Shane O'Neill. So a yellow card per team so far. Kevin Moran got one, Shane O'Neill has got one. And there are now 5 on the line as per the new ruling for an offence inside that large rectangle. And this is hit by Maurice Shanahan, and it's put over the bar. So 6 points to 3.
Yeah, just for all of Cork's work rate, and we said how great they've been on that, they're still only 3 points clear with 25 minutes on the clock, so you would expect them to be a little bit further ahead at this stage, considering what they've given to the game.
Cork will feel they should be maybe a little further ahead. Kevin Moran. Back out it comes here. And Waterford's turn now to work it down in measured fashion. Philip Mahoney. Back in as far as Kevin Moran. Can he get this team going? He would with a score, and he has done so.
That's better now from Waterford. They're starting to flow around the middle of the field, and Bill Cooper hasn't got the same energy as he had before. Barron plays it inside to Kevin Moran, and that little bit of patience around that area will obviously help you, and hold on to the ball and wait for a runner. A great score.
And Waterford's first point to play here from Kevin Moran. 6-4. Very interesting game. 10 minutes to go to half-time. It's flowed the opening half. Austin Gleeson pressurised. Coming in quickly here and ready to take off once more. It's Horgan, hoops brilliantly by Jamie Barron. Once again it's Patrick Horgan swinging it over his left shoulder and swinging it over the bar as well. 2 for Horgan. Yeah, another one for Cork.
Yeah, and a great score from Patrick Horgan. Gave the dummy puck the first time, then a great hook coming back on him, but then had the composure to stand and flick the ball over the bar.
From the puck out, it's gone out over the sideline, and the Waterford manager Derek McGrath